Candy.
Hi, Suze.
Oh, hi.
Candy. When I was getting my car repaired not repaired, but when I was having my new car looked at the mechanic place, which, by the way, I totally recommend. If you're buying a used car, it's very empowering to just take that used car and to another body shop. It's the best $150 you'll ever spend in your life for them to be like, yeah, buy this car, or definitely don't buy this car.
Yeah,
anyways, that's
thumbs
like a
up,
little
thumbs
Sarah
down.
life hack. But they had fun size candy bars they are so tiny.
Yeah, I tried to tell you this.
You are right. And I thought about you and you said there's nothing fun about fun. Nothing fun about that.
Wow.
I'm with you. We have shrunken down fun size candy into bite size.
Shrinkflation.
I hate it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? There's the trick or
bite
treat size.
Then there's the fun size, which I would argue is the trick or treat size.
And trick or treat size is fun, but bite size, no fun.
No, it's no fun. Episode
Right.
857, Sarah's finally,
I'm on
after
board.
9 years,
Yeah, that's right.
realized Suze isn't always wrong.
Oh, and I'm nothing if not somebody who will come around and can be swayed and change her mind.
That is so true. We have no strong opinions.
Yeah, I'm like, they say this in all our brain candy meetings. I'm like, I'll be flip my
We're
mind back and
convincible.
forth, like totally. If you show me a good argument, so
Yes.
Anyways,
Welcome to the show.
I'm excited about fun size candy bar season, but not fun size candy bars.
Let me ask you. I know I should know this. Fuck. I'm mad at myself that I forget your favorite. Oh, peanut M&Ms.
Yes.
Peanut M&Ms are your favorite. What about a bar though? What's your favorite bar?
Do you like Reese's peanut butter cups?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we're on the same page here. We're getting like that we know each other's favorite candy.
Yeah,
I mean, what kind of relationship
this.
are we in if we don't know that?
Well, because Sarah and I are in. We're studying for our newlywed game for the live events that we're going to do.
Yes!
Like, we do not want to fail at this, so it's good that we're testing it.
Well, and I'm going to be with you on Halloween, so I have to know like what
are we
stuff
trading?
am I saving
'Cause
for
I
you?
hate
What are we
peanut
trading?
M&Ms.
Yes, see,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay, great.
I just am not. And the first time I ever smoked weed, I had Reese's Pieces. I can never eat those again.
What happened?
I just ate a bunch of them because I was stoned.
Oh, it was like overkill.
Yeah.
Too much of a good
I'm like,
thing.
this is the best. Yes. This is the best ever. And then I ate so much. So,
but what's
can't be
the
doing
bar
that.
favorite? Kit Kat?
Oh, bar favorite. I
Snickers?
I'm open. I like them all. I'm not. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't really have a favorite. This is going to definitely highlight my neuro spiciness. My favorite candy bar is a York peppermint patty, not because of how it tastes, but because of the sound it makes when you break it in half.
Which is what sound?
It's
silent.
We're gonna have to no. It makes the most wonderful noise that ever existed. So we're gonna have to get one and just put that in right here in the audio.
If you had to describe it, is it like a swishing?
No, it's like a.
Stop. That's what a Kit Kat is like.
No, it's not a crunch. It's like
offended.
Soft. I am offended. Because it is the most lovely
sound. Is it
sound.
like tissue paper?
No, it's a York peppermint patty. So it's like soft, creamy kind of stuff on the inside. So imagine like a double stuffed Oreo without the cookie, and what that cream would sound. I swear to God, but it's like stiffer. There's a sound to it. It is lovely.
So this is more of a sensory experience.
Yes,
for you.
So that's my favorite candy.
Do you like the taste?
Yes. My first instinct when you said, "What's your favorite candy bar?" I was like, "Well, the sound that York peppermint patties make." But I can't say that out loud because that's a crazy answer.
But then you did.
And then I did. So
wow.
Yeah. What's your favorite bar? No, Reese's, I guess that's kind of a bar.
Kind of. But I do love a Kit Kat. I love, do you people on the West Coast, did you guys have Clark bars?
No. Not in the way that I would be able to identify what the hell it is.
Butterfinger? Oh yeah. You have Butterfinger.
I love Butterfinger.
Sarah,
I know.
time
I have a personal connection to that story.
The heir of the Butterfinger fortune,
not the Butterfinger fortune, the Butterfinger slogan fortune.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Yes.
That bankrolled like Sarah's middle school years.
One party I went, one 4th of July I went to at this girl's house, and Susie's
but it's just
that was
funniest.
your life. Yeah.
Imagine if you went to a party and you're like, whoa, how do they afford this? And they were like, I'm glad
that is exactly how that happened, Susie. And okay, I need to paint you this picture. So I was invited to this party with a friend of mine that was in that like wealthy community, went to the private school. She knew how to act. And I am the public school tag along who is like from the wrong side of the trash. Yes, 100%. Like, and we're talking like Sarah's in her Tuesday sacrifice phase.
Yeah.
So I also look like the goth chick who
wasn't invited, but somehow got to this party.
Totally. So I'm like, oh. I got to make a scene. I'm like now leaning into that character, you know?
Yes.
Like, who pays? Because they told me that this woman had a live-in, like there was a woman, they had the manicurist come to the house, like somebody, they had like a salon, like where they,
they had a manicurist that did house calls.
Yes. And I'm like, that is insane. I'm like, what does one do? What is this? What kind of like, my friends probably like elbowing me, like, shut up, Sarah, be cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, my dad, you know, create some like slogans that are really popular, including and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is Butterfinger. That's what I gotta do. And that's when I said, I gotta start naming nail polishes. I was like, I connected those things in my mind, like manicuring and slogans. And I was like, that's my job. I'll name nail polishes. Is that a job? I can do that.
Sarah,
so it was a whole thing.
You laid a finger on that Butterfinger.
Oh my God. And I
no regrets.
Well, I have nothing close to Butterfinger money. But
I mean, that is just classic. Your stories are so funny.
Well, you know what's funny is how my mom was talking to me about stories from her youth, and she was talking about, I don't know what we were saying about how a time when she was 16 and ended up at a casting call and was on a commercial for something. I can't remember what the commercial was for, but then got a job offer to go dance in Las Vegas and was gonna take off and do it, but she was 16 and underage at the time, so she wasn't able to go. And I was like, in my head, as my mom's describing this, I'm like,
this is what Susie feels like.
I ended up like, this is my
your
legacy.
Birthright.
Yeah. This is my birthright. Exactly. This is the family.
Yeah.
Like this is the family business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my grandma was like took a train down to the Panama Canal by herself from Arizona at like 20 something, stopping at all of the dance clubs in Central America. What?
I mean, it's so great. And it's not unlike this weekend when Lincoln placed $41 in bets on DraftKings. And then the next morning woke up and said, the Steelers lost, and so did I. Oh. Every penny. He made $0 US. And I was like, he's a meister.
Family business.
Truly. There must be something to that, like the brain that likes gambling or the brain that likes adventure or whatever.
Oh, 100%. There definitely is. There's got to be stuff to that. And the brain does weird things, which takes me to my first story.
Good segue, Sarah.
Yes. A spooky story. Well, I feel like it's spooky. Question for you. Do you think that you are somebody who can feel when people are watching you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does everyone, though? Everyone feel that way?
So, yeah, most people do. Most people say that they have this feeling, like this sense that this ability, almost like an ESP sort of where
Yeah, it's
you
like
look
an
around
energy.
and it's like an energy. And so just like all of these kind of not psychological, what are they called? It starts with the
Sensory?
no,
Psychosomatic.
no, supernatural,
Oh.
maybe. Yeah, supernatural. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Phenomenon. People have tried to study this.
Okay.
And that's, I think, where the most interesting information is because
It's like not true.
you get very conflicting answers.
Yeah,
Turns out
I could see that.
it depends who studies it. Just like all of the research on paranormal, that's the word, paranormal phenomenons and stuff like that. So,
Wow, I didn't know that it would be considered paranormal.
yeah, because it falls into like this
Yeah, it's not
ESP,
physical.
extrasensory perception.
Yeah,
That is what
yeah.
ESP is. It's like a
That's
sixth
right.
sense. And sixth sense is like a gut feeling, your intuition, and this is the annoying thing about this stuff is that everybody has anecdotal evidence of this.
That they feel it.
Yes. And all like ESP sort of stuff. Twins sensing what another twin is feeling, mothers and
I buy those. Oh my gosh, are these all lies?
No, they're not all lies, but sometimes when you study those, I think maybe twin ones is a little different. But when you study them, the results are inconclusive. And the results often change based on who's
man.
conducting the study, as
We're
it often
all
goes.
full of crap.
Right.
I'll tell you what's not full of crap. Smalls cat food.
Oh,
I mean, talk about not full of crap. I almost
No,
want to
that-
dig into
right.
that stuff.
well, it smells like human grade stuff.
It is human grade, and my cats are obsessed with it. And I always wanted to give them wet cat food, but I refused because they become addicted to it. They love it so much. They don't want that dry kibble. But I wouldn't do it because it smells so bad. It's disgusting normally until I found Smalls. And now my cats are happy. I'm happy.
Yes. Your
Everybody's
cats are
happy.
so happy. I have seen them.
They are so happy.
They're
It
like,
is a
"Give me that
riot in
food."
here.
It's so funny.
Yeah, and it's like clockwork. And they're like, okay, ma'am, we're
Yes.
ready.
Yes.
This stuff is amazing. I love this company. They deliver it to my house, keep it in the freezer, and then you get it out. And then your cats say, thank you, mama. So give your cat the gift of great cat food this holiday season. Head to smalls.com/braincandy. Use promo code braincandy at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. It's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use our code braincandy for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code braincandy for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. I swear to you,
That's an insane deal.
it's an insane deal. Your cats are going to love it, and it does not smell. It is awesome. Okay.
And you love the names of it. What is it called?
Oh,
Something
yes.
bird.
There's like small bird.
Small bird.
Is it small? And there's other bird, which is
Other bird.
turkey.
Yeah.
And then there's
Chicken
like
and turkey.
ground. What is it? Cow. It's
like
like
the names.
the funniest thing because you would think they would just say beef or turkey, but they do
They're
not.
small. They're being clever with it. It's
I'm
cute.
like,
I love it.
it's
I
like a
support.
wink. Okay.
I love a little wink. Okay. Oh, yeah, like a little wink, like somebody's watching you kind of wink. No.
yeah.
So let's look at the research history. So
Yeah.
in the early 20th century, this was a popular thing. You know, when they were having all of those like seances, and
Yes.
they were doing all of the photographs of it was a time in history. I'm obsessed with the photos that came from.
Yes.
That would be a fun thing to collect.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the first one to think of that, but
that would be
I'm
great
gonna-
for your house.
that would be great for my house.
Some spooky photos.
Ooh, I love it. Okay. So in the early 20th century, they started studying this. There was a Stanford study that was done in 1912 that found no significant evidence that people could detect when they were being stared at. And the results were basically the same as random. Then along comes this other researcher in 1959 which was like another resurgence of the spooky.
Oh, 1959.
Well, like it feels like 60. There's like there were kind of these moments
I
of
can see that.
spooky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, now that I said, I wonder how that goes with like the economy, how that's tied to, if it's in times of abundance that we tend to be spookier.
Probably not.
Or like when you're bored and you just are coming up with other things to be scared of because there aren't real dangers.
Ooh, maybe. Good theory. Good theory.
Yeah.
But
or maybe after something, like when was the...
Or do you think it's all pop culture influenced?
Yeah. Oh, I love knowing the history of spooky stuff. Future book club thing.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, now that's an aside. But there was another researcher in 1959 that claimed a 59.55% success rate in detecting stares, and that study really fueled this belief that maybe it's real. But as it turns out, the results of the study vary and are determined really based on whether the person conducting the study is a believer or not.
Okay. Well then.
So they call it the experimenter effect is what this is.
Oh my God.
It's a real thing. So the experimenter effect is the idea that the outcome of an experiment might depend on the beliefs or biases of the person conducting the study, which is like...
Yeah, you need double blind, baby.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is the question to ask. For real. There was another story that I found that said men needed 2 nights out like at the pub a week. And then I dug a little deeper. It was funded by fucking Guinness.
Right.
And it was an Oxford study. And I was
100%.
like, oh, let me dig a little deeper into that. Then because I couldn't find where the actual study was. I wanted to like look it up and I'm like, no, I always get the actual study itself so I can read the abstract. Let's see. And then I was like, why can't I find this? And then I dug deeper. Funded by Guinness. I mean, no.
Oh my God.
So you got to answer questions. Okay. So there was a study that was done on this experimenter bias that was in 1997 where 2 investigators, one was a parapsychologist and the other one was a psychologist. They ran the exact same test, got 2 different results. Right.
Okay. So this, maybe you will agree with me. You're my only hope, really, because this is something that is exclusive to people that are in the public eye or that might be known from television or something like that. I always describe the way that, like, even if nobody comes up to me and says, are you Susie from, they say the real world. I've never been on the real world, but whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. That, right.
Right.
There is an added thing about us. We're different. Maybe. Because they might actually be staring at you.
What do you mean, though?
Because you're recognizable.
You're recognizable.
Well,
you have
I know that.
I
know. I was going to say us, but I'm just like saying you because it's us. Right. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're different than regular humans.
Yeah. So I think that skews like my opinion of whether I know other people are staring at me because as soon as you go on that show.
But right. I asked this question in grad school because they were talking about social anxiety and the feeling of other people, like that feeling, that being
100%.
And I raised my hand and I said, hypothetically, and I just had to think of a name. I was like, say you're Justin Bieber. And Justin Bieber is walking around feeling like people are staring at him. Is it still social anxiety?
Right.
And they said yes, because you're still anxious in public, even though it's rooted in reality. Like it's still...
That's people that don't understand what it's like.
And I didn't want to be like, well,
it's not anxiety.
Explain it for
You're
me.
Just observing.
I'm just, okay. So we're a little bit different, yes, in this scenario. But
let me just say one thing.
Yes.
I want to know if you agree with me about this.
Yeah.
When people do know who you are, my experience is they look at you differently, and I describe it as, you know, the way that your eyes do that weird focus thing when you're looking at a Magic Eye poster.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to concentrate on it.
And it's not the same as you would just look at a friend or look at another person.
It's a deep squint.
Or like how you look at a piece of art at the museum or something. Like,
because you're looking at it and processing.
And it's an object. It's not a human being. It's like a thing.
Are you, or is it just you're thinking and trying to place them?
In my experience, it is independent from like a normal, like, do I know them? It is like, I do know them. I know how I know them, but they're not a person. They're someone that's supposed to be in my TV screen.
Yeah. I get that.
It's not the thing where they aren't sure. It's once they know for sure.
Yeah,
they look at you like a painting.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I just had an experience like this, and I was with somebody else who pointed it out and was like, is that person using, like, videotaping you right now kind of thing? And I didn't even notice. Yeah. Totally a thing.
They look at you like
so we would be excluded from this study.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, please. Oh my God. That's like fascinating to talk about. And if I had $1 for every time
I'm just so glad I get to tell you or talk to you about it, because when I tell regular people.
No, it's definitely a thing. And I think that it's hard to notice people noticing you.
Yes.
Because we're almost trained out of it. It's very impolite to make eye contact.
Like do a standoff.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody's got to look away.
Right. And it's going to be me. So I just don't even look anymore because that's just easier.
Yes. Especially when your show is on the air.
That's the weirdest feeling.
Yeah. It's super weird.
Except for the one time that I thought everybody was staring at me because it was the night that my show aired, and I came out of the bathroom and I was like, wow, people are staring at me. And then I went to my table, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the meal and realize I have toilet paper dragging from my shoe. Yes, and that's why they were staring at me, because I was carrying around 6 feet of toilet paper. Not a little bit, a lot of it.
Stop! It was a train?
Yes. Like a lot.
Sorry, my deepest condolences.
And so that was that was a humbling, and how beautiful of that moment to happen the night that my first show aired. I was like, symbolic. Take a big old slice of humble pie, Sarah. Chill the fuck out. You are not that cool. You are the person who has toilet paper. So in my mind, I was like, you may be on TV, but you are forever somebody who has toilet paper on their shoe.
Yeah.
And you're just like a regular person, and that's why I do this. Hello.
Yeah, that is something to really unpack.
Yeah. But anyways, back to our scientific challenges in parapsychology. Every single time people try to research, do paranormal research, this is the problem that arises. It's so hard to conduct a proper experiment and create a good experimental design. You can't really do like randomization because it's hard to sort people out by who are believers, who aren't believers. You know, there's a lot that goes into that. And so there are things that we know are really happening in those
what are they?
Situations. And this is our cognitive biases. Biases? Biases.
Yeah, biases.
So number one, confirmation bias. This is the obvious one.
That's a doozy.
We remember the times that we turn around.
Yeah.
And that we see somebody looking at us, and we forget the times that we turn around and we don't.
And nobody's there.
And nobody's there. And that. Then, of course, we end up just gaslighting ourselves. Sometimes we turn around and it makes other people turn around to look just out of natural, like, somebody's head's moving, so your head moves. And then that creates this feedback loop where we think that they're watching us, and that's not really what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And so is your conclusion that you can't at all tell? Because I don't even mean like when it's behind you. I mean like when it's in your periphery. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's like you see somebody over there.
This is what the author of this article that I was reading wrote. And I loved this quote. We most likely can't feel a physical effect from being stared at across the room. But what we are good at is cognitive dissonance, confirmation bias, rewriting memories, and a whole heap of other mental gymnastics designed to help us cope with being a bald ape cursed with self-awareness. And I was like, oh, well, that's it.
We're just selfish and self-interested.
Yeah. We're just trying to make sense of the experience of somebody. Because think about it. Social connections and being aware of the individuals in your environment keeps you safe and is a very important part of our evolution and safety and survival. So, and there's so many messages that are being picked up that we are unconscious of, that are happening like behind the scenes, and information that we're gathering. And this is just those moments where the information overlaps with what is in our conscious and unconscious mind. So like out of your, it's like a evolutionary safety thing, but it feels awesome or weird, or it's fun to explore.
Yeah. I do think that there is a caveat asterisk for people who are more in the public eye.
100%. That is fact.
Yeah.
Because they are.
Yeah. They notice.
And I know this whenever I went to Disneyland with some gals from my grad program.
Yes.
And they were like, oh my God, everyone is looking at you. Like, is this what it's like?
Well,
and I
really
honestly had no awareness.
Oh, well, that's good.
I was like, oh my God, I don't even notice that people are doing that. They're like, Sarah, everybody does a double take.
To it. Yeah.
Because they're,
Yeah.
And I didn't, they were very funny about it. Shout out to those gals.
Well, I think it's nice that they said that, though, because it does make you feel like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Oh, yeah, it definitely. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because there are those times,
Mm-hmm. Boy, okay. So basically you're saying get out of your own head.
Yeah, get out of your own head unless you're on reality television. Because I was walking through Target the other day and I ran into this lovely woman who I hope is listening right now. She's a kindergarten teacher. She was wearing overalls. She was so cute. And she was on the phone with her friend. She then later stopped me because we were behind each other at the register. And she was like, you're Sarah, right? Da-da-da. And she goes, my friend ran into you in Target the other week. Here's a picture of you two together. And then I was like, well, we got to take one together. And I was like, now funny. I've gone to my local Target enough. I'm like 2 blocks from it. So now I go there enough to where I have like my local little friend group. And so I told them they got to listen to the podcast. A kindergarten teacher wearing overalls.
Please.
With adorable novelty earrings on. I was like, you need to be listening to our show.
Yeah, my God. We are not marketing well enough.
I know. I wish I had a business card at that moment to hand out.
Maybe she's listening. Do you know her name?
I can't remember. I think it was Jacqueline or Jack. I think it started with a J.
J.
I hope so. But they were both really nice.
My
her
God.
And her friend. I know. And Target
You attract
shoppers.
really nice people.
Well, yeah. I mean, brainiacs. Hello.
I know. I need to get more into that.
I'll
tell you what else I'm getting into.
Oh, tell me.
My caraway bakeware and cookware.
Also, I am seeing this all now popping up in videos, like cooking videos I see on social media.
Sweeping the nation.
And then it made me, I like that they all picked the same color that I did.
What's your color?
White, like the cream color.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like neutral. I'm like boring
super,
like that.
No. It's super classy. I would do that if I didn't have the yellow stove.
I also really love the sage color.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Pretty.
I think I'm going to go sage with the bakeware because I'm going to treat myself to one of the
loaf pan?
For some zucchini bread and that.
You are in for a treat. The loaf pan, the muffin pan, all their baking stuff. It's hard to choose because the saute pan is great for eggs. And I use that for everything. It's like indispensable because
it's good for everything. Everything. Yes. You know that like one pan, if you're going to own a pan, pick that. That's it for sure.
And I have this cookbook. It's called Two Guys. I think it's Two Guys, One Pan or something funny like
adorable.
That.
Yeah.
But it's great because all the recipes are about like one pan. But it's like that where you can get a couple essentials and you are set. It's non-toxic, non-stick, unbelievably high quality and super effective, especially if you don't want something to stick like eggs or, cakes
or anything,
and loaves and muffins. And non-toxic, I don't know how they do it. Visit carawayhome.com/braincandy to see all of our favorite products. Take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/braincandy or use code BRAINCANDY at checkout. Caraway non-toxic cookware made modern.
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder if there aren't specific people who are better at this, though. At least, like, I wonder if you asked, like, if you didn't do a randomized trial, this is because this is where it runs into problems. Why it's not real, because you're now then no longer. It's not random
It's
anymore.
not random. But they should take the people that were correct on the first round.
Yeah.
And then retest over and over to see if, like, are they always right?
Yes, because then I think it might be you are tuned in.
Because you know how you can be a super smeller?
Yes, I think
Maybe
that
you could
there
be
are
a
things
super
we don't know.
sensor.
I believe this. I really do believe that we have superpowers. It's not like I need to believe it. This is a fucking fact. That woman can sniff Parkinson's. We know these things. That people who can, like, lower their core body temperature. People can do these things. We just have to. I just said I want to write that book that I will not say the name of on here because I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
Good.
About how, because we know that's happened before. About how, like, a lot of these things that we look at as negatives are really, like, superpowers and our strengths, and how, like, growing up in trauma makes us very perceptive to our environments and really good at reading other people. And so that gives us a superpower that other people who did not need to grow up hypervigilant don't have.
Sarah, it's really nice of us that we use our powers for good and not evil.
100% it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we could really do some damage.
I said this on the challenge all the time.
It's true.
I was like, I could have said the things to Johnny Bananas that would make him feel
destroy him.
Destroyed. I have that in my back pocket. I would never, ever, ever use that. In the same way, what can support a person and lift them up because you see what maybe their flaws and weaknesses are. I would never exploit someone's like that.
That's how we became fawners, but we could just as easily become destroyers.
I would be so, I would be like Ursula.
Yeah.
I always laugh when I hear that song because she's like, the lonely and depressed, pathetic, poor, unfortunate souls. And I was like, I'm like, I love
Instead,
working
you're
with
like a therapist.
people. Yeah. I'm like, that's me.
It's nice.
But I don't think they're pathetic because it takes one to know one, people.
When we're not
if you're
bragging
looking for a
because
therapist, I'm available. Sarah at
for real, you should.
solutionssocial.com.
She's so talented.
Oh, thank you.
But like,
it's a lot of this.
We're not bragging. I'm saying everyone has this in some area.
Yes.
You just have to sort of notice it and be like, oh, wait, I'm real good at that.
Yeah. Well, you have to notice it, and you have to have gone through something that develops it. You can't have a cushy Nerf life and have never experienced any hardships and develop a superpower like this. You're in fact not going to have, it's going to be the opposite. Things are going to be really easy, but you are not going to be strong in a storm, or it's like forging the steel and like one of my favorite expressions, that like smooth seas never made a skilled sailor kind of thing, or whatever analogy you want to use.
Yeah. So, and it's real nice of us that we like only tap into it for good reasons.
Yeah. So embrace your they're not flaws.
Your superpowers.
Superpowers.
Trauma-induced.
Yeah. Trauma-induced superpowers. And isn't that kind of what all superheroes are. They all have like an origin story like that. That's why we love the superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just read, this is going off on a million tangents, but I just read that Marvel and DC owned the word superhero for what? Like that was
Jointly?
like, I don't know which of them it was. I think it was something that was a trademark, or like you couldn't use that, and now it's open and become available. That superhero. Hang on, I want to look that up real quick. Okay, in case you didn't know, Marvel and DC Comics jointly owned the trademark for the term superhero. However, that's no longer the case. Due to a recent court ruling, Marvel and DC have lost the trademark to superhero, and the term is now available for public use in the public domain.
Wow, what year was that?
This year, 7 days ago. 7 days ago.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is breaking news. This is what I was going to ask Adam to add to the soundboard. Was like,
this just in.
Yes.
This just in.
Breaking news.
In the DC and Marvel universe, the term superhero.
All right, so
has
we
been
can
dropped.
do that. We can say superhero.
They would not let anyone use that. That's wild.
That's stupid. Get over yourselves.
Get over
fucking
yourselves.
Weirdos.
Superhero. That's dumb. I don't like that.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, so I'm glad that that's open. And
thanks for that news update.
Oh, about superheroes?
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
I mean, thanks for all of it.
Some of the stuff that is always the best on here are the things that like I never wrote down, but I've just like remembered from, or read. I'm like, yeah, so that's my little bit about even though it's spooky season and nobody loves feeling the spooky vibes more than me.
Yeah.
If you feel somebody's eyes on you, it might just be your brain dealing with being a human.
All right. I mean,
maybe that will make people feel better when they go out in public and they feel like everybody's staring at them, or maybe that could help with social anxiety.
Yeah, maybe. I think though that like I said before, I think most people when they say that aren't saying that it's like something like
somebody staring at them.
It's like something in their periphery that they like pick up on visually, probably without realizing it, and then look up
and
it's
like somebody watching me from behind.
Oh,
yeah, like almost like that sense.
I don't have that.
Like if you were camping and there was this feeling of being watched.
Okay.
But you couldn't see anybody, but like maybe
I don't have that gift.
That
maybe, Sarah, maybe you are a super sensor. Because, your mom's a psychic. It's in your blood.
It really is. She's very psychic.
I mean, come on. I know people like to poo-poo it, but it is just like vibes.
It is vibes. I know. And we don't know anything.
I love when you do this.
We don't know shit about fuck. We don't.
Because I agree with you. That's why I like it. Because
we
stop
really
being arrogant. We don't know anything.
We don't know any, and it is so like us as humans who are so human centric. Mm-hmm. We've done this since the dawn of time, because we need it to deal with being self-aware, and we have to make us the main characters in the story, the humans. That's why we did it. Like the Earth. The sun revolves around the earth until we learn otherwise. We are going to think that,
Yeah, but some of those people are ahead of others, and I would argue you are among them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we think we have all the answers of like, no, this doesn't exist. But I don't think we have all the answers. We've always thought we did, but we don't. And I think that there's so much more out there that we don't know. In the same way, microwaves and all these different electromagnetic waves have always existed. We just only recently, developed the tools to measure them. You think we're done developing tools to measure all that there is out there? That is selfish.
In
to
this
think,
economy?
Yeah, right. But in this era, this time period?
Come on.
We just know it all. You happen to be alive in the one where we know it all. Newsflash, every previous generation has also thought that they were in the time period where they had all the answers and knew it all.
Right, and they were until the next one.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait for what is going to be. Please. When you watch the internet, come to life. Anything is possible.
And I never feel like that more than when I'm looking at my Rocket Money app.
I love it.
And I'm like,
you mean my game of setting up my financial future?
This app changed my life.
And they did a recent update to it, like changed and I love it.
The budget feature.
Yes, the budget feature. I love the budget feature.
Yeah.
It is a game I play.
Yeah, you and me both, sister.
And then having money to put into savings. My financial advisor told me that I called her recently when I got my new car because I needed to work some stuff out. And she said, and I had everything so organized. She said, see, this is why you're one of my favorite clients. What? Sarah, financially not or I would have never, ever, like 3 years ago, would have never labeled myself a financially organized person.
Wow.
I am not doing this.
It doesn't come naturally to you.
It doesn't come naturally. Yeah. It is because Rocket Money has provided me the structure and support for me to be aware and in charge of my finances in a way that has empowered me. And now I'm into it.
Listen, it's a free app, people. We're asking nothing of you.
$0
Download Rocket Money. It will blow your mind. You're going to get so into it. I do it every day.
Yeah.
Because you see all your transactions come through. You can categorize them. You can put them where you want. You can see if you have subscriptions. You're like, what the heck? Why do I have that still? And it will keep you informed. It will empower you. And then the best part for me is they will negotiate with like your insurance company or different subscriptions you have to lower the cost of it. You don't have to do anything. They'll do it. And they'll be like, hey, guess what? We saved you $1 gazillion. It's the best. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/braincandy. That's rocketmoney.com/braincandy. Rocketmoney.com/braincandy. I mean,
I saved $87 a month on my auto insurance.
No.
Yes, you don't remember.
That's a lot of money.
Oh my God, I must have talked about this on This Changes Everything and not on here. Because
that's
Susie,
a lot.
They were like, you're paying way too much for this. And I switched to a different company.
Wow.
It went from $206 down to whatever, 87 minus 8. It was like 130 something, like way cheaper.
3 cheers.
I was like, do you know what? That is
that's a lot. For real.
A lot of money.
You could have a real nice dinner out.
Yes, or put it in savings and save up. And that's
awesome,
like
Sarah.
A plane ticket at the end of the year to somewhere
come
awesome.
See me.
Yes. Well, I am. Don't you worry. Okay. What else do I want to talk to you about? Oh, this is a great story. So there was a woman, this elderly woman. She's in her 70s. Do you know the story? Do you know? No, you're already just giggling?
I know from your face and tone that it will be funny.
Yes. So this woman's driving along. She's in Cheshire, England. And she's like, sees something on the side of the road. In the middle of the day, she's like, oh no, there's a little hedgehog on the side of the road who's been injured clearly. So she gets the hedgehog and she puts it in her car and she carefully like scoops it up, puts it into a box, puts some cat food in the box with it. Like she doesn't know what I don't know what hedgehogs eat. That's good enough. Keeps it warm, keeps it in a dark place to like avoid stressing it out. Did everything right, like act so gentle for this little creature. She then drove it to the veterinary clinic because it wasn't eating the food. And they
finds out.
Immediately notice what was wrong and the problem. Here's the photo of what she brought in.
Oh, no. It's not a living being, is it?
It's a pom-pom from the top of a beanie.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They told her and she was like, oh my goodness, how did I mix that up? How did I even do that? She was like laughing and cracking up. I'm not lying. This is a real story. Look at the picture, Suze. Look at her little box.
I mean, okay. So if you are not watching the video, which the video is on YouTube and on Patreon, It does look like a hedgehog.
Yeah.
I'll give her that. But, like, didn't she notice there was no face or legs or hands or arms or
she was
or
elderly.
legs?
And
How
she maybe had
elderly?
vision issues. I mean, 70s isn't that elderly.
How
but
can
maybe.
you have vision issues and still
And
like
she's driving.
pull over
Right,
and
this
be
is
like,
fair.
I see
This is
this
right.
thing.
I mean, she did
Which
such a
is
good
it?
job. Could it have been something like she didn't
Who
want to touch it
pulls
because she was like
over?
scared of it or something and like picked it up with something else and then just like put it in the box and
How did this get in the news?
because
Like who
then
alerted
the
Oh,
animal
God.
hospital used it as an opportunity to inform people about what they should do if they said
What did they say?
don't if you find
Don't be stupid.
a hedgehog out in the middle of the day, do exactly what she did because it definitely is in distress because you should not see hedgehogs are like nocturnal. I didn't even know that. Like they shouldn't
What?
be out
This-
during the day.
How?
Oh, she's glitching. I know about
Because
this.
I'm so sure, like, there's that
Here I
many
thought
hedgehogs.
this was going to be like, well, we don't live in England. I think in England there are. Ask your husband. Where's Adam?
Hold on, let me
Call him. This is hello. We literally have a
We can find out.
right.
Okay, hold on.
Phone a friend.
Hold this. Okay, wait. Adam Butler, FaceTime.
Yeah, this is very important.
Wait, is it ringing? Let me put on speaker.
Yeah.
Adam?
Yes.
Oh, in England, are there a lot of hedgehogs?
I think there are a lot of hedgehogs in England, yeah.
You're kidding me.
There you go.
A fair few.
What?
think-
Are you joking, though, because you heard Sarah or something?
How would I hear Sarah?
Well, I
Yeah.
just want, I'm
You
like
called
upset
him.
right now.
No, I mean, it's definitely encouraged in England, like on Gardener's World and things like that, to have like hedgehog-friendly gardens.
Stop
See,
it.
it's a
allow
whole
them to
thing.
kind of-
Okay,
Thank
wait,
you.
wait.
I love when
Okay.
it's Sarah and Adam for
And
Susie.
Isn't it like Miss Tiddlywintle, Beatrix Potter,
Yes,
Miss Tiggywintle,
Adam.
something like that.
yes.
So listen to this story. This hooker found.
I have
she
the
was
Beatrix Potter
driving-
collection that he's talking about too.
She was driving along, and
What was she wearing?
stop. She was driving along, and she sees what she believes is a hedgehog. She pulls over, collects the hedgehog, wink, wink, puts it in her car, goes home, puts it in a dark environment, like tries to bring it back to life. She's worried that it's in distress, takes it to the veterinarian, and then the veterinarian has to break the news that it's like a pom-pom from a top of a tassel cap. What do you guys call them?
A beanie.
A beanie.
I want to know more about the hooker. Because it takes...
Do you think that that's something that could have... That's what I say. How does that happen?
How old was the lady?
70s.
Sarah says she's in her 70s.
I think that's a genuinely misguided individual.
You think it's just like an honest mistake? I don't know how you see something from your car, pull over, like you saw it from that far away, and then it's not. Okay, bye. I'm so mad.
He's like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I can't
tons.
believe it. Like they are overrun with hedgehogs in
I
England.
mean,
all
why
right,
don't they
Sarah.
just share the hedge?
It must be so nice to have Adam on your side all the
It's
time.
the best. The best.
All right, I'm sorry. I had to check with them on that.
Isn't that cute, though?
Yeah, and it's cute that she was a good sport about it and like wasn't
Yeah.
upset.
She was a good sport. Of
She was just
course.
like
How
that.
are you gonna
She was
and
just
like
trying
think
to be a
about the
good
kind of
Samaritan.
person who's like, I'm here to rescue the little
I do not understand how you can make that mistake though. That is
thought it was
rough.
Okay, this is another funny one. This is just like a something I saw floating around social media. Just a video, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to know Susie's answer.
Yeah.
If you could dispense 5 liquids from each of your fingers,
Oh
like
no. I
one
hate
liquid
this
from
one.
each, what would you pick?
This is so upsetting
Why?
because like
Is it weird?
No, it's like, well, what are yours?
Well, my one of them that I heard that is the most genius one, and you would have to think, is gasoline. So I know I'm going to make gasoline one. Does that count as a liquid? It should. So gas, water, it feels like that's going to be important.
Gas?
Just in general.
Okay. 5 liquids. Gas.
And now my question is, do I make it red wine and white wine? Do I have to like pick one?
I love that it's like not a debate about whether there's wine.
I mean, what, am I going to choose fucking orange juice, Susie?
Oh, I love orange juice.
Oh, I do too. That was one of the ones on my list.
Okay, well, so red wine and orange juice for me.
Oh, okay.
And then what's the 5th?
Right.
Hold on. What are... So
What's
you didn't
liquid
initially choose orange juice.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so what are your other 2 besides gas?
I literally
water,
didn't
wine?
think about this after I wrote. I was like, I'm going to save thinking about this until live on the show. So,
Okay.
I mean,
you
I
have
don't think
gas,
I love
water,
Diet
wine.
Coke like that because I would just drink it. I can't have it at my disposal because that would be what I go to all the time. It might be, this is going to sound wild, but I want the Mixer's menopausal.
I wish they were
powder.
a sponsor today.
I want that in one of them.
Wow. That's how much you love it.
I drink it twice a day, and if I don't, I will have. I went off of it for a week and I had hot flashes, so I'm not doing that again.
I mean,
This is not a commercial.
Mixers
This is
are,
just-
are you listening? Because
Right. This is just
is
regular
not a commercial.
Sarah. Right. Talking. So that's
so
what I would pick
annoying.
that because I'm thinking about what do I drink on the daily. That I drink.
That's not
every
what
day.
you should be asking. It's what do you want to drink? Red Bull or, like in
I
a
drink-
pinch.
in a pinch,
Coffee.
okay.
You love coffee.
Oh, coffee!
I
want
don't drink
coffee to come out of one of these.
Okay.
Coffee. Okay. Coffee, water, gasoline, white wine.
Why white?
Because it's just been more tolerable lately. Red wine gives me a headache
Yeah.
right now, unless it's really fancy red wine. And in this economy,
Yeah.
well, maybe a fancy red wine coming out of my finger. Yeah, okay, maybe. And then,
Yeah, you could specify
yeah,
if you're
if
the
I got 2 left, I'm going to go
distributor.
red and white.
Wow.
Red, white,
Good for
water,
you, Sarah.
gasoline,
I love
mixers.
gasoline is the funniest one though.
It's so smart. Could you imagine just like finger gun right into your gas tank?
I can't wait till that's no longer even a thing, and then
I
we have
know.
a free finger, and we could put a different drink in there.
Champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
what about
that's-
yours?
Okay, definitely water, red wine, orange juice, and then I'm gonna go with your gas idea.
Yeah.
I'm just
Brilliant.
efficient. And then I
What
have
about,
a
do you use
spare.
milk enough in recipes and stuff like that? Because
Yeah,
I'm going to
maybe
think, what would I like to
cream.
save on? Yeah.
Yeah, cream would, because that's a recipe situation.
Right. Then you like think about what you'd save every month on that.
Yeah, or like chicken stock.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God, that
It's a
would be
fun
so
question. So
handy.
I encourage people to ask this if you're with friends out on a date,
Yeah.
bored
Yeah,
with
I
your
like
coworkers
that.
at work.
Yeah, that's a great cocktail party question.
Yeah, looking to
I think that people,
Break the
this
ice
is
in
one of my
online
gripes about people in general, because you know how it is, like how I ask a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I do when I'm out at like parties or any kind of social gathering is like rapid fire, like question. And some of it's sort of annoying, I know, because
it's not annoying.
you're kind of putting people on the spot, but also people kind of like it.
People love talking. People, that's what everybody
Yeah.
is most comfortable talking about. And
Yeah.
I think the reason why you sorry, I cut you off. Finish that.
No,
thought.
go ahead.
But I think the reason why maybe, and what I was imagining how you finish that is how come nobody else is interested in stuff like that, or how come nobody else does that. I think we are so used to being fed the entertainment that we live in a
Yes.
world where we pick up the phone and it's passive entertain. We don't have to engage really. We can be voyeurs in this world and get the entertainment fed to
Receiving
us.
it. Yeah.
So we go out with this expectation that we are going to be receiving entertainment.
Yes, prompts or
Yes.
stimuli or whatever.
Right. So you and I are the ones who manufacture that because it's literally our job. Hello.
Well, and
Is this
people
thing
love
on?
it.
Yeah. And I love doing it. I'm going to do it anyway. Thank God
And
it pays the bills.
it sure beats small talk. Okay, how about those Steelers? Or can you believe this weather or whatever? I will
Even
do
though
that too.
There's wild weather right now. And we should
Yeah,
talk
like
about it.
we can do.
Yes.
I read this article about how like that's not a bad question and it's not something that we should avoid because it is something that we all have in common and have like real emotional feelings about.
and it
so,
allows
like,
us to tap into being present and experience, like live in the moment a
You
little bit
can
more.
connect.
When we yes.
No problem
Yes,
with the
I
weather
do love
thing.
that.
But people do enjoy an unconventional sort of like question that can apply to anybody.
Yeah.
And
a light disagreement.
Oh yeah, debate.
You know, like a light debate, like is a hot dog a sandwich? Like is cereal soup? I love
favorite
these.
Obviously this year has been what's your favorite one-hit wonder?
Oh, yes. You love that. What a great one. Oh, what a good one.
People get worked up. They get really worked up whenever like I explain like Janis Joplin is a one-hit wonder or or Jimi Hendrix is a one-hit wonder. And they're like, because they think
Janis Joplin is a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
Stop it right this second.
I love it. This is what everyone does. They grab their phone.
I like now I need to look up.
Fact checking me. And my criterion is that it has to be in the top 40, Billboard's top 40.
Okay. Well, I know all of these songs, but yeah.
If
they didn't make it into the top 40.
Top 40 Billboard. That's just my criterion.
And a lot of these became
like,
popular afterwards because somebody using them. I only know, like, I think it's Me and Bobby McGee, or like...
That's the hit.
Oh, what about Piece of My Heart?
Nope.
Oh,
I love it. This is what makes me so happy.
Yeah, this is a great question.
I am such a great person at a party.
You really are. And you know what I'm thinking? When we go on our little brain candy road trip, I think this is a great question to ask people we meet along the way. And because we're going to chat up people. And then let's make a Spotify playlist of the one-hit wonders that people tell us. She's so happy, guys. She's
Nobody
speechless.
ever gives a shit about my stress.
Sue, I'm
so excited.
I don't care. I'm going to make that right now. Right this second.
I'm going to get
Joint playlist. Everybody, could you imagine? Oh my God, she's tearing up. Oh my God, are you getting emotional?
Yes.
This is the best, Suze. I'm so happy to be able to witness you like this, to see you.
Yes.
Not like, like see you.
Because like
and your music love.
usually, I mean, whether it doesn't matter. Like usually I'll ask like, what's your favorite serial killer? That's another fun one to ask people because they all have one, but they
100%.
don't like you asking. But like, I feel like these are great topics.
They are. Suze, this is what we do.
So when someone agrees, I'm like,
is it any surprise?
Seen.
I'm making the playlist right now.
Oh my God, it's going to be
one hit wonders on the road.
Okay, speaking of one hit wonders, I wasn't going to say
it's a work in progress for the name.
But yeah, please do that.
Workshop.
Tonight, I'm going to see, in keeping with my theme, right? My theme of the year is wonder.
Yes.
And I'm working on the one hit wonder. So wonder. And I was debating whether to see this artist. And I kept talking about it. I was like, they're coming to town. Should I do it? It's on a school night. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And Lincoln said, well, you have to see them because your theme is wonder. Stevie Wonder's in town.
Susie, you have to. I would fund that. You have to go see him.
I know. I'm going.
That's a bucket list.
That's what I said.
Susie, you would regret that if you didn't. Look, I'm using my serious tone.
I know you are.
I got real serious. You have to. One of my biggest regrets is not seeing Prince before he passed away. And I feel like Stevie Wonder goes into that category of music legend.
As soon as Lincoln
Talking
said
Book
that,
is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Don't get me started on Talking Book.
It's the best.
Here's the weirdness. I am excited about it. The weirdness is, though, I read on Reddit that like he only does songs from Songs in the Key of Life, which is a great album.
Right.
But like, why is it only that? If you were Stevie Wonder, wouldn't you just do like random whatevers? But who cares?
I bet he has his
Stevie
favorite.
Wonder. His last name is Wonder. My theme
it
is
is.
Wonder.
Big Brother's my favorite song, Talking Book.
Is
it yours?
No,
Oh.
but I didn't know that about you.
I love that song.
God, why?
Don't you feel like it's like so like it's
Yeah,
timeless
I
and
love
you could
it.
play it right now and it could be written right now and it still
Maybe
holds
he'll
up.
play it. If
and
he
is-
plays it, I will fucking bawl my eyes out.
Okay.
Just for you.
Yeah.
I really would. 'cause
I
then it
always
was so
said that
ordained.
my dream. This is so funny. If I had things my way, I tried
Yeah.
to pitch this to anybody who's wanted to marry me. I've always wanted a Stevie Wonder cover band to play the wedding because I think that Stevie Wonder checks every single box
My God.
for music that you can go. He's got the best
Funk,
Dance music that gets everybody off the
R&B,
floor. Everybody
ballads.
and love songs. They're most romantic. There's stuff you can. It would be perfect. And I just love Stevie Wonder.
That I had no idea.
Yeah.
That makes me really happy
I'm
and
so excited for you.
confirms my decision. I'm super stoked that Lincoln came up with the reason, and I was like, it's like a light bulb. And I was like, Lincoln, thank you. You
And the
made my
last name
decision.
thing.
That's what I mean.
It's so on brand. You have to
I mean,
get
it's
merch.
not his
You
real
have to get a
last name,
shirt.
of
You have to
course,
get
but-
yourself a shirt. And can you take a picture of the merch table so that maybe if I want something, I could give you money and you could buy me something? Yeah. Because I really love this idea for you and me.
Sarah,
I'm super stoked for you.
well, you never shared with me.
Well,
your-
you never told me you were going. This is like when you got mad at me when I didn't tell you I went to go see the Eagles. This is the same. Now I understand your frustration.
I'm just saying, I never knew you loved him except for the happy birthday song.
Oh, no. That happy birthday is just like the tip of the iceberg. That's just like
That is the tip
comfort
of
the happy
iceberg.
birthday
Okay,
for
okay,
the
okay.
amazing.
Wow,
lyrical
Sarah
stylings
covered
of-
so much. And you know what was a real treat is this episode and the last one. No edits.
Oh, wow. Look
I
at
mean,
us.
we've had a rough go because I think I was getting loose cannon-y and going crazy.
I have so many stories in here. I literally told you 2 stories, hedgehogs and
Oh my
something
God.
else.
I think I sabotaged. That's all
No,
right.
this is great. I'm just saying, like, the fact that you enjoy it with only 2 stories is okay. We're
Wait.
doing something right.
Okay, so
Maybe
you had
not.
hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we talked a lot about like Butterfingers.
Just random stuff. But,
Wait,
you know,
but what
that's what we're here
about...
for.
Oh my God, I don't even know what this means. What does this mean on my notes?
I love when this happens.
Painting on TV, toilet paper on shoes? Oh, okay. On
Yes.
shoes. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, now I remember.
Yeah.
Super sensors. Oh, yeah, like when you think people are looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
ESP. I mean, ESP. There's a lot to unpack there
You did
in
great.
the psychic phenomenon world and the hedgehog world.
Well done.
But I'll post that adorable picture of the hedgehog lady, the box. It's
I
cute.
still don't get it. Wow, we even
Adam
had Adam
does.
weigh
That's all
in
that
on
matters.
that one. All right, friends, don't forget to use our codes, support our show, keeps the light on, and we love
And if you
the
want
most.
more behind the scenes hilariousness, join our Patreon and our book
Candy
club,
Club.
our candy club, because we meet once a month and it more.
That's
if you
where the
are-
good stuff.
It is. I mean, we have so much fun
You have no idea.
that
what goes
it
on.
is just
It's like Vegas.
our best supportive, empowering environment.
And all that information is on thebraincandypodcast.com. We love you so much.